Next we're going to remove these T45. You don't need to remove this one on this side, and on the other side it's going to be the opposite. It's going to be the far right top bolt. T45. However, I did replace a couple bolts. Like last time I did it, I guess I lost them or something. So that's why you see a hex one. But anyway, I'll remove those now. There's a little bolt, looks like it's a 10. It's just a little nut. So you got the little screws by the fender. T27 fits. And then one on the other side. We still have the hood latch. So I got the hood latch off camera. On camera you probably saw me swing it over there. So we have the radiator hoses. I'm not sure if this car has the hinges on the bottom or if it's bolts. Okay, it looks like the whole front's gonna come off. So I'm gonna figure out how I want to do it. I'm gonna take the radiator off, or at least the radiator hoses. So I'm gonna drain the coolant. I'll be back. On the radiator, take the cap off. I wanted a fat flat screwdriver, but I don't have a fat flat screwdriver. But if you look in the front, on mine it's red. Looks like it's leaking. There's a red, where's it at? See, it's right behind here, I think. There it is. It's a red thing. Take the cap off the reservoir, put something underneath here to catch it, and unscrew that. I'll be right back. Alright, so this is actually pretty big, so in case, because the spout does aim that way, so I'm going to put the long side that way. And then we just take our screwdriver and unscrew it and hope a lot of it comes out. Doesn't look good. Let that drain out. I took the upper radiator hose off. You can see the water and the oil. The oil in the water. That looks like somebody ate Mexican food and put that toilet water in the Taco Bell toilet water. Anyway, there's a couple connectors. See that purple and green one down here? You can pull that off the chassis by pulling to the right. It comes off of the chassis, and then you can unplug it. I can't see how it comes off right now, but there's that connector, and then there's a big one right here. It's gonna have a bunch of, this one right here is gonna have a bunch of the stuff that goes. This one on the other hand doesn't, so I guess I'm gonna have to follow this one and unplug. Looks like it goes, where does that one go to? I can't tell where it goes. But, and then we got the transmission lines and the lower radiator hose. And there's a connector on the lower radiator hose as well. I guess it's a coolant temperature, I don't know. But, alright, so I got that connector off. It was actually zip tied, so it actually is made so you can pull it a good foot or two out and then disconnect it. This one is, looks like it's a air conditioning pressure thing. There's a pin right here. You can pull it out with a screwdriver. I almost got it with my fingers. There we go, almost. Nope, screwdriver it is. Just stick a screwdriver in here. Hold it so it doesn't go flying away. Wait a minute, because there's one on this side too. I don't think there'd be one on both sides. Let's see. Oh, it wraps around. Okay. That'll be fun to put back on. Don't lose it. It wraps around. I'm going to put it back on here so I don't lose it. Your outdoor temperature sensor that shows the readout on the gauge cluster is right here. I'm going to drop it in the coolant, huh? You can leave it plugged in and just push it out of this little hole and then run the wire back. I disconnected the electrical connector that goes to the horn. And so we have our air conditioner Freon lines here. I'm gonna leave the condenser connected up so I don't have to recharge the system. Save me some money. And we have our transmission lines still. Looks like that's air conditioner line, transmission line, and another transmission line down here. Lower radiator hose still needs to come off. This wire, I just need to undo the zip tie and put a new one on later. There's a clip here. This wire actually pushes down and it'll come off, but I can't get my hand down there yet. And let's see, it's pretty loose. The major thing holding it on right now is the radiator hose. And obviously the transmission lines, but that's not really holding it on. Lower radiator hose has a metal clip, and you need to stick a screwdriver in right where my finger is and pull it out. Don't lose it. You can see the slot that the metal clip goes in. I don't see the, oh, I can see the metal clip now. You need to pull that out and the whole radiator hose will come off. Okay, I got it started with a screwdriver. Make sure you have some kind of pan under there to catch all of your coolant. Oh. Okay. It's a big ass clip and it's pretty strong. Don't lose it. You're gonna need this. It's probably gonna be a real pain in the butt to find on the internet if you need a new one. Then you can wiggle it off. From what I can remember, the last time I did this, I couldn't get this hose off. I'm going to use two hands. The transmission lines actually do disconnect from right here, so you can leave them on. Leave this all together. 7/8 inch wrench does fit this, but it probably is supposed to be a metric size. Okay, so I'm going to take the condenser off of this assembly here, and I'm hoping that with the rubber hoses it'll kind of lay underneath the car, or maybe even lay to the side of it so it's not getting bent up. So it looks like there's some tabs here. Not exactly sure how they operate. They're plastic. They look like they just pop off. Looks like there's a hinge on the bottom. Can't really tell, so I'm going to pry from the top. See what happens. It's like 40 degrees outside, and I hear an ice cream guy outside. That hit me in the face, and I think I broke it. Oh, I'm bleeding. I got myself in the face. Alright, so that you guys don't do what I did, you have a cut face. What you do is you take a screwdriver, you put it behind this tab, you push this way, and then you can use another screwdriver and pry this, or if you can use your fingers or whatever. You pull this out, and it's just a pin, and then this will come off, and you don't break it, and you don't have a cut face. It's actually pretty simple, so I'm kind of mad that I did it wrong. But anyway, and then the bottom ones, they just slide up. So now this will come out. You pull it forward, and then you pull it forward to get clearance from here, and then you slide it up. Now, this should come off. Let's see what's still holding it on. We have some electrical connectors. There's another horn on this side that you have to disconnect. Okay. This side has nothing holding it up now. A couple 10mm bolts holding on one of the refrigerant lines. Okay. That can slide underneath the car. Now this will come off. And I want to pour this in here. What is still holding it? Alright, doesn't that make it easier to work on? This is awesome. By the way, now that you have that off, put these bolts back in. In fact, if you really wanted to, you could even put these back in. But I don't really want them in the way sticking out. Yeah, this makes it a lot easier to work on. But now that we can see, looks like there's been a massive oil leak somewhere. Looks like it could be the valve cover. From the front side, it looks like it could be the valve cover. I do see oil on the valve cover on the sides. Could be dripping down onto the exhaust, making it, burning it off. Or it could be the turbocharger actually, because look at all the oil on the turbo, on the whole turbo system, and on the air conditioner compressor. See if we can fix this as well. But Look at how many Torx bits. Oh, this doesn't even look like the reverse Torx. Anyway, I'm happy that we got this off.